Hi, I'm Lucy and I'm a DJ from Sheffield. When I was young, I used to love music and dancing, and I used to always spend my pocket money on buying music. I didn't necessarily ever think I would be in the music industry when I was older, the jobs that I kind of wanted to do when I was young. So when I was really young, I wanted to be a clown, funnily enough. I learned to juggle and I had some stilts at home. And then later on, I wanted to be an architect. But yeah, life took me in a totally different direction, and here we are. And funny enough, I wasn't technical at all. That might be surprising because obviously this is quite technical. But I don't think you'd actually need to have that technical side to you to start doing this if you've got the get up and go to want to do it. You might just think DJing is playing out, in a club or a bar or that kind of thing, but actually there's quite a lot more to it than that. And there's a lot of grafting away at home, choosing music, kind of buying that music and then working out what music that goes with. A lot of time is spent on my own, kind of learning about the tunes and kind of creating playlists. So these are my decks with my headphones connected to them. These are the jog wheels. You've probably seen people kind of doing this kind of business on them before, a bit of this. So this is what I play on. You can have two different songs going at the same time. These are your volume buttons, so if they're both are playing, if one's down, only one's playing. And then these are all your EQ buttons where you can bring the bass up and bring the bass down and the mids and the highs. There's a lot of buttons on here. I kind of started with some decks that were a lot more minimal than this, which were a lot easier to get my head around. So I think if you were ever going to get involved in DJing, I'd probably recommend that you start on something kind of smaller and more simplistic than this. So this is the laptop that connects to the decks. I don't use this when I'm playing out, but I use it a lot when I'm at home because it's a lot easier to kind of move tracks around and kind of get your playlists in the order that you want them in. So I've got my music, these are my songs here, these are my playlists, and then you can pull up your songs from here onto the top bit. This one here relates to this side here, and this one here relates to this side here. My favourite career highlight has been playing at Glastonbury, so that was amazing. It came from a bet when I was at Glastonbury the year before. I met a random woman. She laid down a challenge for me to learn to DJ, with the prize being playing at Glastonbury the following year. So I did, and then the following year I ended up having 2 sets at Glastonbury, which was absolutely amazing. I can't tell you how great it was. So if you're thinking about DJing and you're thinking, where do I go from here? What do I do to kind of pick up this skill? What I did was I went to a workshop where there was about 20 people. It was a local workshop and we just all learned the basics of DJing. Some people there didn't even have equipment. I'd bought some cheap equipment at that point. And then from that I had a couple of lessons with somebody and then just practice. Being female in the DJ industry, it definitely does come with issues. People kind of telling me that I shouldn't be doing certain gigs, particularly the Glastonbury gig, but I think it makes it feel better when you're out there sort of doing a great set and everybody's dancing, that you're doing a good job, and you're just showing those negative people that you can do it, you can play that set, you can make people dance, and it doesn't matter what gender you are. I did find it really helpful to kind of find a female crew of DJs, so I've also got a kind of group that I do play with regularly, and we're kind of got each other's backs and we kind of tell each other about gigs, so it feels a lot less competitive than the males that I work with in the industry. I love being able to play people music that I'm into. I've always been into kind of music that might be a bit unusual, maybe not in the charts, and I really love the fact that I can now go out and I can play some music to people and it's new to them and introducing them to new music to dance to, but along with kind of music that they might have heard as well. So things that they would enjoy dancing to, and then slip in some kind of music that might be new and that they might be excited to hear. Looking forward, my dream now would be, I've played Glastonbury, but I've played one of the smaller stages at Glastonbury. So I guess the dream would be kind of doing one of the bigger stages at Glastonbury. That would be amazing. Think about what you really love, try and put that into the pot and think about how you can turn that into a job, how you can turn that into a career, because I think to be really passionate about something means everything. So my final bit of advice would be just go for it, just do whatever makes you happy, and hopefully you can make a career out of it.